What's going on, everybody? I'm here with Jose Raymond, man. So I just got a little story to tell. When I was throughout my career through the industry, there was one bodybuilder that I really respected the look, the veins, the graininess, and the muscle that was brought to the stage, and that was Jose. And as you guys know, I'm getting ready to try and earn my pro card again in July of 2022. And so Jose's out here. This was not the intention of this visit. We actually here to just get some content. We got some good ass content, some good training videos. But I was actually talking to Nate, who you took to the promised land of the pro card. Yeah. And Nate at lunch yesterday is like, "Hey man, you should work with Jose." And I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense. So long story short, we have 304 days from the filming of this video to get ready. And I just want to let you guys know that I'll be guided into my pro qualifier as well as my pro debut, hopefully shortly thereafter, by none other than Jose Raymond.
Yes. Well, we've been friends for a while now.
Yeah.
And, every prep that you've been doing this year, I followed closely and talked to you and didn't try to intervene or anything, but, would wonder. And we discussed a lot of things on the way. I knew there was ways that I could help you. And, just being here with you for the last few days, I've picked up on some of the things that we could do to make you grow. One is you're as hyper as anyone I know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hyper.
So we
It's not an act. It's not an act.
So, if I could get him to tame it down a little bit, and by tame it down, I mean he doesn't have to train 7 days a week. He needs to give himself some active rest days where he's not training, he's not running around crazy. You're letting your body recover and grow, and that's when the growing happens. And that's going to be the biggest change moving forward, is finding a way for you to get more calories and get them to work and work more efficiently when you're not running around. If you're not working, doing a video, training, doing cardio, coaching, playing a game, walking your dog, there's always something going on. You have to schedule in rest.
Yeah.
Massages and meditation, things to just relax. And I think we're going to see a huge change. He competed as a light heavyweight. He had no business being a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
He knows that. So similar to when I did work with Nate, he was a light heavyweight for many years, and we kept just missing the mark. And by bringing him up, 5 to 7 pounds was a massive change. Mm-hmm. He looked 25 pounds bigger, and he went on to win the overall at the Universe. And I think that same thing is possible with you. And I told you this whole time as you were getting ready for this show, you can do this. You can definitely, because you have a level of condition that nobody else is going to have. So now we just got to bring the fullness, the freshness, the roundness along with that condition. And I think it's pretty simple. I think it's going to be a fun, simple process that, a lot of people don't think of. What can I take? What can I take to make me better? Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with supplementation, PEDs, or working harder. Nobody works harder than you in the gym.
Yeah.
We just have to work smarter and more efficiently. Mm-hmm. And I think we're going to see a huge change. And, from you at 197, 198, which you didn't belong there.
No.
Now we see you at 210, 212, 215. And that will be a totally different ballgame. You're still very young. You're 40 years old, but you're a very young 40.
Yeah.
And as I told you before, I was just hitting my stride at 40. I peaked out at 41. I was massive. My skin was perfect. Everything was great. So you have a lot to look forward to. And you hadn't competed in years prior to this.
Yeah.
So you're fresh, you're healthy, you're eager, you're hungry. And I think that's a great recipe for great things to happen.
I think the biggest part is I have support. My wife and my kids are in my corner 100%. Like, my wife's never been a huge fan of me competing, and that's my fault because I wasn't able to handle competing. I wasn't able to emotionally handle it. So now that they're on board and I have a support system, for me, it just makes me better at life. I become a better business person, a better parent. I'm more structured, and it's just a better situation. So I just think at this level, getting that next level, you need to look at, okay, who's done it and who's gotten the level you want to get to and who has the look that you want to get to. And you have so much experience and you've worked with people who are really smart and really good. So you've picked up those tips along the way.
Yeah.
And like I say, do I do coaching? Yeah, but there's no coach in the world, in my opinion, who could bring themselves in on point. We've seen that. If you look at some of the best bodybuilders who coach now, or have, like, they had coaches, you know, and they would use coaches again. There's very few who could bring themselves in.
Absolutely.
Because you're your own worst enemy. You don't see yourself objectively. Yeah. You either see yourself as too good or too bad. Nobody actually sees themselves as they are. Very few, and there are probably some, can actually do their own prep and hit their optimal level, in my opinion.
Yeah. I did for many years. I coached myself, but I wasn't able to hit that next level. Mm-hmm. You know, in the 202 division, I was able to coach myself. It was basically make weight and you're going to be nasty. You know, when they gave me 10 more pounds, then there was a lot more trickery involved.
Yeah.
A lot more understanding. And that's when I needed Chris Aceto to help me, because I was already at an advanced age. So it wasn't like I was going to naturally grow.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do it healthy, smart, safely. And it made all the difference in the world to me. Mm-hmm. You know? And I wasn't just going to go with Joe Schmo. Like you said, you want to go with someone who's been there, they've done that, they know, they're very educated on that particular area. And I want to just say one thing. When you say support, I've been here to witness it, and your wife is amazing. She's in so many ways, so supportive of you. And you know, you mentioned before she didn't like you.
Didn't like me at all.
Competing.
Yeah.
But when she knew the option of between you getting your head punched, boxing, or bodybuilding, she chose the one where you'd less likely take a pounding.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so the moral of the story is if your wife doesn't like one thing you do, pick something she likes even worse. and then she'll be on point. But I'm excited. I mean, it's like when you first find you have a love for a sport. Like when I first realized when I was a kid that I liked baseball, and all I could do is think about baseball. It's like I work and I'm focused on work, and I work 16, 18-hour days. But man, when it's time to train, like that's my vacation. And people are like, oh, how do you have time for this? I'm like, we just crushed legs. We're not going to be able to walk today. We've literally exercised for 80 minutes today, and we're done.
Yeah.
So the the federal government recommends 60 minutes of exercise 7 days a week. We're doing 80 minutes of exercise 5 days a week. So when you say, well, I wish I had time for that, it's like, you do. It's the other things involved, and it's the intensity of the training. Like, how many training people have we gone through? How many people drop out of workouts?
Yeah, we had one today.
Yeah. So there's the intensity, and there's the diet, and there's all those things involved, and of course genetics. There's genetics. Like, let's be honest. Like, we put on muscle. It's what we do. I stay lean, eating 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if they were eating what I'd eat in 2 days, they'd be
a mess.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Jose, so obviously I'm vlogging every single day, what I eat, my training, doing videos every day. Every day we have update pictures. Jose, where can they find you?
At thebostonmass.com. Jose at thebostonmass.com. On Instagram, you can DM me. The Boston Mass with 2 E's. THEE Boston Mass. That's pretty much it. Facebook, I'm on as well. Jose Raymond.
What about Tinder? Grindr?
Grindr, I'm in there. It's the Boston Ass. So keep your eyes out.
So anyway, guys, I'm excited to announce this, and I think that we're gonna have a lot of cool stuff, and also being that we're doing this together, a lot of collaborations between me going to Boston with Nate's new thing going on that I don't know if he's talking about yet.
Oh yeah.
To you guys coming out here with everything we have going on with carbon culture and MTS and Tiger and whatever you guys have going on. But I appreciate you guys. Thought you guys would be the first to know. Be seeing a lot of Jose on here, and I appreciate everybody's support. And of course, be sure to follow Jose if you're not following him already. All right, guys. Thanks. Oh, what about your YouTube? The podcast?
YouTube, the Boston Mass.
Yes, his podcast is phenomenal. Does training, all that with Nate Tello. Tello. I can never pronounce it.
Yeah, everyone messes that up.
Yeah. But he's...
Just call him Nate.
Yeah, just call him Nate.
Natty Nate.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. It's going to be an awesome 304 days. When people ask me what the most important supplement they can take is, I actually send them a link to a stack. It's called the Immunity Stack. At the end of the day, there's viruses floating around all over the place. We're all going to get exposed to them. The key is not letting them replicate. Here is the stack that I recommend to prevent viral replication. Number 1, your base, Immortal, the greatest multivitamin pack ever created. Put this as number 1. Number 2, quercetin. Okay, quercetin is amazing in that it's an ionophore. It allows other antiviral supplements to be able to permeate the cell and prevent viral replication. Then you got vitamin C. Pretty easy one there. Prevents viral replication. Then you got vitamin D3, which has been shown to improve health and immunity across many populations. And a lot of people are very deficient in vitamin D. And before bed, take ZMA, because ZMA contains your zinc, which is also antiviral replication. It's the Immunity Stack. Available on tigerfitness.com for an amazing price. Get it now.